Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Raw.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And anywhere fine podcasts are available, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that little bell notified thing next to it so you always know when the new Going In Raws go up. Larson, where else can we be found?
Patreon, patreon.com/Steven Larson. We just updated it last week.
Yes.
Revamped tiers.
Yeah.
Including the $5 tier, which is now, I think, without a doubt, best value.
Definitely best value. But you know what? We had a lot of people promoting themselves from ring crew to low-level WWE, low-level Going In Raw writer at the $10 tier so they can vote on what pay-per-view reviews we do.
I mean, in all honesty,
every Sunday.
Every tier, except maybe one, is a quality value.
Are you talking about the $1 or the $200,000?
$200,000 tier.
Somebody on our comments said, if you guys don't want the $200,000, why is it even a tier? If it's not real, why is it a tier? I don't know,
we
man.
just think it's funny, I guess.
It's funny, jeez. Got a sense of humor. Anyways, you know what I forgot to do yesterday?
You forgot to name off this past week's new pledges.
Oh, I did. Let's see if I can figure this out now. Okay, so this is going back to last Tuesday. Hopefully. If anybody gets left out, let me know, and I will let you know. But here are the pledges. The patrons are opening their wallets to us, man. So I'm going to at least give them a shout out. That's what you get starting from the $1 tier. So that, again, best value.
Yes.
Here we go. Sean Hulver, Wayne Lynch, Cactus Luke, Charlie, Joe Shea, Wayne Headley, Lee Fox, Jeff Guthertz. I had a run of really easy names, and then I got Jeff Guthertz. Thanks, Jeff. List of Jericho champion Bailey Dixon, Chris Clark, Mike Demopoulos, the Kayfabe Mark, Tyson Lee, Ryan Mizushima, Jack Dolan, Brandon Young, Sam Carcano, Daniel Hyatt, Felicio Nelson. I don't know if that's a real name, Felicio Nelson. I'm the Dan with the plan. Los Gobernable, Blake the Devil Bevel, Matty Robbs, Hitman Antaldo, Robert Stack, Cormizrantha, Trevor Powers, N. Beck, 27, Hey, Fuck That Guy, Nicholas Kent, Saibutsu, Nick Kelly, Roland Provost, Chris Coburn, Fred Bemis, Mark J. Betters II, Patrick McCummins, Forrest McDonald, The Reliable Reject, James Fenwick, Asher, Cheez-It Christ, Brock Without the K. Lesnar, Jonathan Jebb, Craig Black, James the Highland Scott, Rainmaker, Mark, James Spicer, Will Hayden, Brian McCann, Tris Conway, Ryan Ricotta, Vincente Areola, Nigel Forsyth, The Eater of Fruits, Bray Diet, Sasha Baron Corbin, Charlie, Undisputed Niagara Falls champion Matt Edwards, Benjamin Aberley, Ryan Halliday, Zasor, and Jerwin Garcia. They all kicked in money there on the Patreon, and I'm very excited that they did that. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. We really, really appreciate it. So anyways, we're also on ProWrestlingTees.com/Going In Raw. We have 10 designs. They're great.
Yes.
Yeah, anyways, let's get on. Let's start talking about Smackdown, Larson, another wonderful show. What are you doing right now?
I'm working on this week's count out while you're reading off those names.
Okay, well, we have a show to do.
I understand. I'm engaged in the show right now.
I'm
multitasking.
Lunch. Do that during lunch.
Well, I have other things for that show to do during lunch. I have to write notes.
You have to write notes?
For the count out, so we know what to talk about.
Oh, it's a good. Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so anyway, SmackDown.
Yeah.
Another fun show.
Yeah, it was fun.
I mean, it's funny. SmackDown has sort of set the bar a bit high for themselves. And so when things they can have like a mediocre episode feel bad.
Yeah.
But I thought this was good.
Yeah, there were some highlights.
There were some highlights. I'm gonna look at the notes here real quick.
I mean, AJ versus Dolph, another great match.
Dude, I mean, look, the main event was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens. And I was sad they didn't do the spot where Kevin Owens went flying off the apron and Shinsuke no-sold it. I was hoping they would throw back to that, but that's probably not what they want to be doing with their bodies at this point.
No.
So,
but that's such a great spot.
It is such a great spot. I haven't seen. Did you watch Ring of Honor posted on their Twitter or something? A link to the video of their first encounter.
Oh yeah,
at War. It was War of the Worlds 2014.
Oh okay.
And I've not seen that match. I would really like to compare and contrast. I feel like the match that they had last night, they sort of they didn't give us all the juice.
Well, no, but also Kevin Owens has a broken thumb.
Oh yeah.
So he's probably not wrestling.
Man,
to his fullest
ability
right now.
He can give us a 5-star match with a friggin' broken hand. He can all his fingers.
I know.
I do think that they tone it down a little bit because
there's more to come.
You don't want to give all this up on a regular episode of SmackDown.
More to come.
But still, it was a lot of fun. Who doesn't want to see Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura?
I know.
So yeah, it opened up though with Shane coming down, and he had all the women's Money in the Bank competitors, and they unveiled the beautiful new Money in the Bank briefcase for the women's Money in the Bank match. It was lovely. It was white, sort of echoing the women's championship title with the white strap. This was primarily a white briefcase with gold trim.
Yes.
The standard Money in the Bank logo looked like $1 million.
It did. It looked great.
There were some gasps, some audible gasps in the crowd.
And then
loved it.
Kind of one by one, each of the competitors delivered short promos, more or less making their case to win that match. Starting off with James Ellsworth and Carmella.
Yeah.
They were first. Of course, James Ellsworth dropped a couple into his promo.
I love, he gets such a reaction whenever he picks up that mic. He gets a big reaction.
Yep.
Either people hate him or people are slightly tickled by him, like me.
Yeah.
I'm very tickled by
him.
And
then Charlotte interrupted. She said something like, called Carmella
I am
the
queen, I am
the princess, and
superior.
says, "Well, now it's time for the queen to talk."
Yeah.
Next was Natalya. And they got into a little back and forth about their family's wrestling legacies. Next, Becky Lynch.
Yes.
After that, Tamina, and I believe she more or less said, all you guys do is talk. Come Money in the Bank, I'm going to win."
Post Money in the Bank, I want to see a push for Tamina.
Yeah.
I like her. I think
I do too.
Her little slight sort of repackaging looks really good on her. And I think they can really book her. She could be, it's kind of obvious the comparison, but she could be sort of the Nia Jackson.
Yeah, and I feel like every time she gets some more time on the mic, she gets more confident.
Yeah, no,
I think they keep it short.
I know, that's the thing. I think that they can learn with her what they're kind of doing wrong a little bit with Nia Jax. Nia Jax talks, and she doesn't even talk that much, but when she does, it's just not, it doesn't really fit who I think her character really is.
I know. I wonder how much Nia would benefit from unscripted promos. Because her trash talk in the ring is fantastic.
Yeah.
She's really good talking trash in the ring because it feels genuine.
That could be, but I think, I would speculate that there's a bit of a difference when you don't have a mic all over your grill and like a camera pointed directly at your face, and everybody, the entire focus is on you, as opposed to you're in there's action going on. It can be a little sloppy, and then you can just sort of toss out whatever comes to your head. But if she were to sit down, maybe like kind of going along the same lines, if she sat down with whoever's writing for her and said, okay, what do you want me to say? I'll put it into my own words.
Yeah.
Something like that might be able to help.
Yeah.
So anyways, Tamina, Naomi started to talk. She didn't have anything to do for Money in the Bank. She had nothing to do. And then we had the debut as a singles competitor debut.
Yes.
Lana came down. And she had a big smile on her face, wearing a lovely evening gown.
Yeah,
she
got a
little shimmy,
a pretty good pop from the crowd.
Everybody loves Lana.
Oh, I know.
Who doesn't love Lana? Are you kidding me? Jeez, they're all probably following her on Instagram. My goodness. Anyways, she looked like $1 million. She was doing her little dancing. I don't know how much the dancing thing is going to.
Well, last night it didn't really. There
was nothing.
There wasn't really anything. No,
she was sort of doing a little bit of dancing coming down the aisle a little bit.
But she came down and immediately wanted a title shot.
Shane, you know what's funny too is that I've noticed this. Shane is the best at being inconvenienced by it. Shane cannot multitask. Not easily anyways. Not without being very grumpy about it.
Yes.
Like somebody, he'll be like, oh man, I'm dealing with this situation. What do you want? This isn't the time. And so he told that to Lana. He says, Lana, this isn't the time and this doesn't work for me right now. And Lana says, well, Shane, if it works for me, I can make it work for you or something like that. It was very, I mean, it was very cute. It was very charming.
Yeah.
It was very cute. But then Naomi just started laughing at her and started clowning her, saying, I mean, honestly, she's saying what everybody else is thinking. You know, like, we love Lana, but come on, you haven't done anything.
I know. You've had one match 2 years ago at WrestleMania, and it was part of a
tag match.
An 8-person tag, 8-woman tag match.
Exactly. And then did they ever do Rusev and Summer Rae versus Dolph and Lana? Did they ever do that as a mixed gender thing? Mixed tag match?
I don't believe so.
I don't know. But anyways, her resume on TV, because we know that she's been on the house circuit, on the NXT circuit, right?
Yeah.
Like honing her singles game.
Yeah,
That's
but
great.
her resume on WWE TV is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one match.
And so Naomi was clowning it. There was a great little throwaway shot of, or like you can see.
Oh, of Becky and Charlotte.
Sipping tea, which apparently is a thing. I don't know what that is, but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that they get to, for right now, they get to sort of display their friendship on air because it's hilarious.
It is.
So anyways, Naomi just ran down Lana. Ran her down. It was great. And then and Shane McMahon pretty much agreed. He was like, hey, you don't get to be
Say this is a land of opportunity, but you have to earn your chances.
You have to earn it. Lana huffed and puffed, and she left. So anyways, that led to a 6-woman tag match.
Yes.
The faces versus the heels. Lana came down and distracted Naomi, which allowed Tamina, right, to pick up the win with a vicious super kick.
Yes.
That was 100% right there, man.
Yeah.
That was a good super kick. I like Tamina,
great kick.
Man. I like Tamina.
Yeah, I do too.
I hope she goes far.
Me too.
Let's see here. Then we had Shane backstage.
He happened to walk into a room that had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy just hanging out in there.
I'm trying to think of the storyline logic, the kayfabe logic there.
Because he didn't seem like he had an appointment with Mojo, because it seemed like Mojo just walked in too.
It was like Mojo Raleigh's version of the horse head from God.
Oh, is that what it was?
From Godfather, yeah. It was like, I'm going to put this in Shane's office, in his impromptu office.
To remind him that Mojo is here and he wants opportunity too.
Exactly. So then we got Ernest Mojo Raleigh. We got Shane. When I won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, I thought this was going to open up doors for me. He was very earnest. I love Ernest Mojo.
Oh, I do
Raleigh.
too.
I think it's great.
He needs to do something like Vince used to do on commentary, which is be mellow and then just pivot into be mellow Mojo and then pivot like that.
No gray area.
To hype.
No in between.
No, to hype Mojo.
Hype on a dime.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyways, he says, hey, I haven't been here. And Shane McMahon says, a lot of people haven't been here.
He mentioned Ty, yeah.
And Luke Harper got a pop. Because he said Ty Dillinger, nothing. Luke Harper, and then the crowd went crazy in the arena.
Luke Harper's from the Rochester area.
And he's not on
He was
TV.
in the dark match. He picked up the win during the dark match.
Who did he fight?
It was Luke Harper, Ty, and American Alpha against the Ascension, and 2 other wrestlers. I didn't catch who.
Was Aiden English one of them?
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense. So anyways, yeah, Luke. I mean, regardless of where he's from or that, I mean, that you're probably right. That probably is the reason. But people love Luke Harper.
Yeah,
they want to see the dude.
Yes,
they want to see him out there. Glad you agree with me that he's the dude. Somebody, man, I have to print that out. Somebody sent. I have to.
Oh yeah.
That great drawing.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
My faction that I want to see.
So Mojo wanted an opportunity to be a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah, it's a little crowded at that point, Mojo.
Yeah,
that'd be 7 people. It's
I know
many.
That's a lot. So Shane said, okay. Oh, Mojo also said, there's only one person on the Smackdown roster right now who has beaten Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
And that's Mojo.
Since he returned, yeah.
Yes.
Mojo Raleigh.
So Shane says, okay, Mojo, if you win your match tonight, you'll be placed in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
Your opponent, Jinder Mahal.
Yeah. And so Mojo was very happy about that. He thought he had it in the bag.
Yes.
Mojo had dreams of being WWE champion.
Well, it wasn't a title match.
Right. No. But Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And cash in on a guy he already beat Jinder Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
Easy path.
Well, you would think.
Absolutely.
Next, AJ Styles had a rematch against Dolph.
Who doesn't
Another
love this?
solid match.
Who doesn't love this? Who doesn't want to see AJ versus Dolph? I'm telling you, we kind of take SmackDown for granted because I was like, yeah, that was a good episode. But I mean, come on, this is all great stuff. If Raw had this on any given Monday, it'd be like, oh my God, Raw's rebounded. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started out this match a little differently than their previous
This
one.
was a completely different match.
It started out more technical.
Yeah.
Really fast paced.
Yeah.
And then towards the second half, it got a lot more physical.
Yeah.
And
see, technical, fast paced.
okay.
That's what it says on my notes.
I'm
having you contribute to the notes.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
$10
patrons are gonna get these.
Got more physical, more fast paced. They really have this really good thing where they can be a bit sloppy, but it adds to the story of the match. It makes it feel more intense.
Yeah.
It seems like they're being purposely sloppy versus
like at one
sloppy.
point, sort of kind of heading towards the finish. AJ was gonna go for the phenomenal form.
Oh, that was a good spot.
But once again, Dolph was able to thwart.
No, that's not what happened.
What happened?
AJ was going for the forearm. Yeah, he saw that Dolph was going to come to thwart it.
Yeah.
And he didn't end up jumping on the rope.
That's right. He did the thing.
And then he hit Dolph, and then he rolled through on a pin attempt, picked him up for a Styles Clash, and won.
Yeah, Dolph had his head all the way back from the pin attempt. He put his head back, and then AJ rolled it through and gave him a beautiful looking Styles Clash. Rolled him over. He got the win. That was good. It was a good match.
Yeah,
so I like this. Who doesn't want to see this? I like that they're having all the competitors. Everybody in Money in the Bank, they're really good wrestlers.
Yeah.
So, why not have them just square off between now and then? We got a couple weeks.
This is a scenario where I don't mind 50-50 booking.
Yeah, me neither. It makes total sense.
Builds up the story of Money in the Bank.
No, it totally
and
makes sense.
the match more unpredictable.
Absolutely. And they're still pushing that Dolph is the only guy he's been in Money in the Bank, I think, 6 times. Won it once.
Successfully cashed in.
Yeah. So then we had the new Fashion Files.
Yeah, great.
This time co-starring the New Day. This is what we've been wanting to see. I felt like I liked it. I liked it a lot. The back and forth, especially you could tell Big E. Look, this has been obvious for ages, but you can tell out of the 3, Kofi's great, Xavier's great. Big E has comedic timing in his blood.
Oh, yeah.
He's got that in his blood. When they said, what is this day one, or is it something like a day one help? What do you know about their day one being H, or something like that? And then Big E said, ish. And immediately Tyler Breeze said, Gesundheit. And he said, thank you. It was rapid fire comedy. It was
I love the bit where the New Day gave the Fashion Police the rompers, and then Fandango went on an extended kind of bit about how he doesn't take bribes. I'm a dancer, but I'm no dirty dancer.
Well, to me, and they do the reveal where Tyler is going and changing the romper, and he gets in there and he's like, ugh. But the funnier thing to me was when they give Fandango the romper.
He throws it down.
He throws it. And they said, no, you're not supposed to throw it. You're supposed to wear it. And he throws it down again. They're like, why do you keep doing that?
Yeah.
So that was good. I don't know. I thought it was good. I want to see more of it. I feel like they have a lot, and they didn't quite nail everything they could do. So I want to see a lot more.
It could be a situation like we mentioned with the Shinsuke Kevin Owens match.
We'll see a lot more.
That there's more to come.
A lot more. Because
more to come.
So the premise was New Day wanted info on their Money in the Bank opponents, the Usos.
Yes.
And one of the great things, and once again, this is something I'll always love, is their bulletin board behind them.
Yes.
Like there was like a 4 pictures of Michael Hayes, and it says like repeat offender.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, it was good. There's a lot of little things like that.
Yeah.
So it was very funny. It was very good. I loved it. Let's see here. Mojo Raleigh versus Jinder Mahal was up next. I love Jinder's entrance, man.
Yeah.
It's freaking rad.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not they're not using that horrible script. What is it? Is it Papyrus? It's Papyrus. They were using that with him before because it like looks, I guess it looks like I don't know, it's so stupid. It's a font that I think you see a lot used in sort of, Middle Eastern type or Indian environs, the papyrus script. Yeah. And it's like it's the most obvious thing to use with a guy who's of Indian descent, or Canadian, but his parents or whatever. Anyways, but they change it. They have some cool new font. It looks like his T-shirt. He walks out and like the little there's like a carpet sort of rolling digitally behind him. It was great. I don't know.
And then cool. They wait till a certain point in his music for the actual Titantron to.
Yeah, because I was like, what, so does he not get any Titantron video? Or are they just doing very minimalist?
Because
here?
they have like a spotlight on him and the Singh brothers.
Yeah.
And then, as you mentioned, the
music goes on a little bit long.
Yeah, it's still a really good entrance.
Yeah.
And then the animation on the ramp happens, and then some point music hits.
Yeah.
And then they put up his Titantron. And it's really good.
He's figuring out how
really
to hold
good.
the belt.
Yeah.
He's not all the way there because at one point he had to sort of adjust his hand a little bit.
Yeah.
He needs that fluid.
Yeah, it'll come.
Anyways, it was a fun enough match. Like it's not like these guys are gonna put on. This is probably like a 7-minute match. It wasn't that long, but that was good. Like you don't need more than 7 minutes of Mojo Raleigh versus Jinder Mahal, so I like that. And of course the Singh brothers, they introduced Jinder also.
Yes.
They interfered a little bit. They were distracting to Mojo Raleigh. That allowed Jinder Mahal to pick up the win with his finisher. What is it called? The Colossus.
Yeah,
Colossus.
And then he did a promo afterwards.
I like this promo. It was a good promo.
Me too.
I like they always the production knows how to direct his promos. They really know when to go in for those close-ups, when to pull out. I said pull out. And these are really good. I really like these things. He's got a very expressive face.
He does.
And he didn't sound like he needed halls.
Oh yeah.
He didn't sound like he needed some sort of cough drop. Anyway, so that was good. Next up, we had a Shinsuke Nakamura video package. I pretty much just skipped through this. I didn't watch this.
Oh, they had somebody
sure, it's great.
Painting, intercut with kind of a remix of his song with some clips from matches.
Do they have to be so literal with the artist thing? They should.
Apparently, they think they need to.
Painting. You know, there's all different forms of. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's all sorts of different forms of art.
I am aware of this. Did you know there's all different forms of doctors too?
Why are they doing just painting?
I don't know.
Like, God damn it, man. I didn't even notice the painting shit because I was like, oh, it's a recap. I don't need this.
Yeah. Most of the clips were from his NXT matches.
I am an artist.
And it just...
Really? You're a painter?
And they showed, like, a lot of the stuff, during his... They show a lot of his stuff from his entrances, when it was all his NXT entrances, when his entrance was perfect.
Yeah.
Before he got brought to main, and they had to mess with it.
They have to mess with it. They got to meddle with it.
And I really paid attention to it last night. I'm going to talk about this now because this bugs me.
Yeah, do it.
So, in NXT, they'd have the waveform pop up with the guitar riff. It'd be on all the panels.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then after the guitar riff, before the beat kicks in and the violin really comes in, with the melody, they'd have all these kind of like red sparks popping up on screen.
Yeah.
That's all gone now. It's just completely, there's no light. He comes out when the violin
Wait,
does
when
that
the
quick
guitar stuff happens?
No,
there's nothing.
After the guitar stuff, there's one single waveform that's going. After the guitar part ends, while the song starts to build, there's nothing. All the lights are out. Nothing on the Titantron.
Do they do the strobe on him when he comes out?
Yes, that's still there.
Okay.
But that's when the melody starts.
Oh.
Because before, when the violin did the quick kind of, I don't know the exact term. Yeah, that.
Yeah, the fall.
Then his name would come across the screen.
Yeah, right. It was great.
Yeah. That doesn't happen until after the strobes end, after the strobe lights end.
So his name doesn't come up with the... What's the point of anything in life then?
I don't know.
That's stupid.
I know.
The name fell with the violin.
It was
cascaded in.
It was perfect.
It was beautiful.
It was perfect.
What are they doing, man?
And now he's got 2 pyro moments.
That's still there?
Yep.
God damn it. God damn it. No! Stop with the pyro. It's unnatural.
First pyro happens when his name comes on the Titantron, and then the second when he's in the ring.
It just sounds odd.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds awkward. That's stupid.
His entrance was so perfect in NXT.
I am an artist. Does not necessarily equal painter.
No,
Anyways.
sort of like if you're a doctor, doesn't mean you're a medical doctor.
I like you keep on going back to the doctor thing. Oh man, that's good. I am a doctor. I am a doctor. Really? I've got a sore throat. What can you do about it? Nothing. I'm a doctor in thugonomics. Randy Orton did an interview, and he said he talked to some legends like his dad, Ric Flair, And I didn't know, oddly, I didn't know Randy Orton and Charlotte were brother and sister.
Oh, he forgot to put a comma between his dad and Ric Flair.
Yes. Yeah, he said, I talked to my dad, Ric Flair. Woo. No, he obviously meant Bob Orton Jr. Yeah. So he talked to, Bob talked to Rick, and he talked to Harley Race. Probably before he broke both. How did he break his legs?
I don't know.
God, that's horrible.
This happened at his home.
Jeez, man.
I know, that's rough.
God, wow. Anyways, Randy Orton said, action speaks louder than words. Profound. I wonder if any of them are doctors of, like, philosophy.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because that's very profound.
Yeah.
Anyways, he said, Money in the Bank, I'm going to do whatever. Then we had, so let me ask you this. So during the Fashion Files, what were they referring when they were talking about the cologne?
Last week, during the Fashion Files, their office.
Yeah, they found the cologne.
Yeah.
But then I thought this week he said, I did a taste test. There's no boys and there's no lab. So I did a taste test. And was he trying to say that it didn't belong to the colognes?
I think so.
Okay. I didn't really understand the point of that. Maybe they were moving on to a new...
I think so, yeah.
A different... Okay.
They were moving on past that case.
Okay. That's fine. Anyways, then we had, speaking of the colognes, we had the colognes versus the New Day. The New Day pretty handily took care of the colognes.
Yeah.
Then the Usos came out and dropped a promo on the New Day. I actually kind of liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking the Usos. Not sure what they're going to do with these tag titles. Something tells me they're going to put them on the New Day. I don't know.
I think they will at SummerSlam.
Oh, there you go. SummerSlam, huh? Could you see? I wonder if they'd maybe do a three-way dance.
They could. I thought that too.
Could be. That would be the wise
But
move.
we still have 2 pay-per-views between now and SummerSlam, so I don't know if they're going to wait that long. Because we have Money in the Bank, we have the Battleground in July.
Really? We have a Battleground?
Yeah. And then SummerSlam in August.
Battleground.
Well, I don't know if they're going to wait that long. I know.
I wonder what they're going to do with the Fashion Police next week. Has me curious. All right. Anyways, moving on. Sami Zayn then gave an interview.
That was interrupted by Baron Corbin.
I'm Baron now. Commentary is a spot at commentary.
Oh yeah, Sammy said he's going to be on commentary for the main event.
I do not like Sami Zayn in this current I don't like the. I was watching a lot of tape, and the thing about everybody is that they've all got their little things. Even AJ Styles, but the one guy who doesn't is Shinsuke. Shut up. God, what is that? What is that? What are they doing with this guy? What is that? Did somebody say he needs like a character or something? Does somebody say he needs to all of a sudden be that annoying guy who talks way too much and overanalyzes everything? Because that's what he's doing. What do you think about this? I don't like it. I'm not into it.
It seems like they could have come up with
the thing about Shinsuke is his charisma. You can't figure it. What does that even mean?
You'd think they'd be able to come up with a better idea.
You and Shinsuke Nakamura had an amazing match in NXT. It was fantastic.
Yep.
It was like a match of the year candidate.
Yep.
It was so good. And now you're talking about, I can't figure him out because of his charisma. What are you even talking about? What are you going on here for?
Yeah, that whole bit didn't make much sense.
It didn't.
Because he didn't all. Did he even reference their match in NXT?
He said that he's been in the ring with all of them.
That's what I thought.
And so he didn't like directly reference that he was in there. But I think he did. Because when I first heard him say it, I was like, what are you even talking about? You fought this guy before. And then I listened to it again this morning, and he does kind of reference, like he doesn't omit that from history.
But he doesn't make a point of saying that he had been in the ring.
He
with
didn't
Shinsuke.
say, I had an epic battle with this guy. I know what he's all about, but he can change up his game, better than anybody else. That kind of thing. Like, being in there with him and a bunch of other guys is going to throw everything off. There was a million different ways you could have said this stuff, but instead he starts talking about his charisma, how he can't put him. I don't know who's writing this crap for Sami Zayn, but it's a bunch of bollocks. Be honest with you. Mm-hmm. See, YouTube doesn't know that bollocks is like a naughty word to say, so I can say bollocks. You don't think so?
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Won't we?
Stay tuned.
Yes.
So Baron Corbin attacked him. And I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I love Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin is, like his growth curve is been geometric.
Yes.
Exponential. Yes, like that.
Like it's
not linear.
Not this.
A curve.
It's been like
because
this is better.
I thought he did a fantastic job on commentary last night.
Yeah, me too.
He's doing really well.
No, I think he's fantastic.
And I think he's still something we got to do. Power rankings.
Power rankings.
Money in the Bank
3, 4, 5.
winners.
Power rankings. Money in the Bank. Number 5 is Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Without a freaking doubt, it's Sami Zayn. He's not winning this thing.
Well, there's 6 competitors in it.
6. Sami Zayn goes
5
down.
is Dolph.
Dolph Ziggler. 4.
4.
Dude, I'll be honest with you.
Kevin Owens is 4.
There's only 2 people I can see coming away with this.
AJ and Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I kind of feel like it's Baron. Some people you can
We've
just
been saying Baron for months.
We've been saying Baron for months. AJ and
Shinsuke.
Yeah. Dark horse candidate right there.
I think historically speaking, everybody else in this match, with maybe the possible exception of Sami Zayn, is pretty well established. Their position on the card, except for Baron. I mean, Baron is kind of one of the top heels on SmackDown, but of all the people in it, I feel like he, by winning it, would be the largest stride for him.
Oh, for sure.
Up the card.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And usually when historically speaking, not always the case, whoever wins Money in the Bank is usually more of an up-and-comer.
Yeah, for sure.
As opposed to someone who's established.
Yeah, somebody who's on the precipice.
Yes.
Of that main event.
And I know Shinsuke has been on SmackDown for a grand total of, 2 months?
Yeah.
He's already like the top guy on the show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As we saw in the fantastic main event.
Yes.
You know what would be kind of fun though? And I would like this a lot. Is if Sammy won, but Baron somehow was able to take it from him subsequently down the line in the next couple of weeks after that. But no, Baron Corbin's walking out with Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see here. Then we had Shane, and so Shane was on the phone with somebody, probably Daniel Bryan, and he was saying, "Yeah, no, I saw Sami Zayn just got his butt beat by Baron Corbin. He beat the crap out of him." And then Naomi comes in a huff. And Shane is like, "Man, I got a lot going on right now." Well, no, you really don't, Shane. Like, you saw what happened. You're not going to do anything about it. So you can deal with this right now. You're freaking commissioner. She comes in and she says she wants Lana at Money in the Bank for the women's. And she was like, "I'll even put my title on the line." Shane said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" She said, "Yes. I don't like Lana. She cost me the tag match. The meaningless tag match, and because of that, I'm going to put my title on the line." But she really wants to whoop Lana's butt.
Yeah.
What are the odds that Lana's going to win the title at Money in the Bank?
I think the odds are greater that, granted, this all depends on the order of the matches at the event, that following the match, someone will cash in Money in the Bank.
Ooh, that'd be pretty great. So Naomi wins.
And then someone cashes in.
That's your contribution there.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on. We had Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura in the main event. Who doesn't love this, man? I mean, God, what a massive couple of names here.
I know.
Baron Corbin's on commentary, too. That was cool.
Yeah, did a great job.
Nakamura got the win clean with the Kinshasa. That was fantastic. So who's Kevin Owens going to beat next?
Third time Shinsuke has pinned Kevin Owens. In the last 3 or 4 weeks.
So are we assuming this is going to lead to Nakamura versus Owens for the U.S. title at some point?
After Money in the Bank, I would think so.
Probably.
Shinsuke is probably going to be the new U.S. champion at SummerSlam.
Right after he picks up the pin, he starts to celebrate. Baron Corbin runs in and lays him out with the nastiest end of days.
Yeah, that was a great sell by Shinsuke.
Sold the living crap out of it. He went so high on it. It was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was at first I was kind of worried because it looked like he landed awkwardly. Like one of
I
his
was worried he
knees
landed on his knees too
bent.
hard. Yeah.
But
that was a great sell.
He sort of shimmied it and he was fine. So it was a top episode of SmackDown. It was good stuff.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty solid episode.
Yeah.
B+.
B+.
Well, maybe a B. Solid
B. I gave it 100%.
Solid
I'll
B.
say B++.
Solid B.
So I'm going to give it an 89%.
80.
You can give it like an 85, 86?
86.
86. Larson gives it 86 for a combined total of 87.5.
Yes.
Now let's go to questions.
Yes. Terrence Thompson, how likely is it that Lana wins the title at Money in the Bank? He says it's 50-50. It's pretty obvious that Vince is considering giving the championship to Lana. If she wins, Charlotte, as a face, is probably winning Money in the Bank.
I'm going to say no. I can't believe for a second that they would invest this much time and, might I add, successfully into Naomi, only to have Lana in her first singles match win Money in the Bank. That's not.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That should. That
like I said, I think the more likely scenario, even though I don't think it is terribly likely, is that the women's Money in the Bank ladder match winner cashes in that same night after their match.
I mean, to be honest, like realistically, and I know it's wrestling, I shouldn't use the word realistically, Lana shouldn't even be able to put up a fight.
I know.
It should be a struggle for her.
I know.
Should,
it really should.
I mean, I'm fine with there being, if she's able to hang with Naomi, that should be surprising.
Yes.
And I think that's the route they're going to take. I don't think they should be booking her as if she's on the same playing field. Naomi has come along fantastically. She is a champion.
Yes.
I think she's great. Let's see here. Gila Kleiner, champion Alex Ponce says, what are your thoughts on the white Money in the Bank briefcase?
Looks great.
I love it. It's great.
Empire of Cleanliness, Andrew Mullen. Do you guys honestly think Mojo could be a main eventer?
No, I like Mojo. I love Mojo.
I do too.
I
think he's really good on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay in the ring.
Yeah.
But I think his whole hype thing that's not a main eventer. That's not a main event gimmick, I don't feel like.
No, it's not. And you need some, one of your favorite words is gravitas.
Yes.
You need some gravitas if you're going to be a main eventer, and he lacks that.
Yeah, that's why I feel like he needs to go from mellow Mojo to hype Mojo immediately.
And you know what? It's okay. People can have amazing careers and never be real main eventers. Look at The Miz, for example. I know he was a main eventer. He had the world title. Everybody panned that title run. It was kind of not, great. But he's made an amazing career as an upper mid-card guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's
yeah.
Great. Man, he's getting to the point where they're not going to be able to deny Miz being like a true main eventer.
I know.
For long. He's so good.
Give him another year, and I think he'll be right up there.
It'll be the kind of thing where it's like, it's kind of obvious,
Yeah.
Let's see here.
The Lunatic Cringe, Drew Q. Sorry. Hey, friendos. Now that Lana has made her debut on Smackdown, it's only a matter of time until Rusev makes his return. One can assume that it could be at Money in the Bank, but if you guys were in charge of booking, how would you book the return of the Bulgarian Brute? Rumors are he's going to have a match against Shane at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd have to come back and ask why, A, he wasn't given his title shot at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
B, how come he's not even in the Money in the Bank ladder match?
Right.
And then, just have a problem with Shane because he's not giving him any opportunities to actually even be on the show.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of creative ways to have him come in and make an immediate impact. I was thinking maybe interfering in the Money in the Bank match of some sort, like inserting himself somehow.
Taking someone out.
Yeah, something like that. Nemo asks, what do you think takes more wrestling talent, like as a pro wrestler? Being on the offensive and trying to make the match less of a slog, or selling the offense and making the other wrestler look good?
I would think selling, because it helps tell the story.
Anytime you're good enough to make the other guy look good, because I think you have to be way better than the other guy to do that. Well, that's not really true.
That's not really true.
That's not true. But I'll put it this way. The best guys can make the worst guys look good.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles and his matches with Roman Reigns, best matches that Roman Reigns have had.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is not a great wrestler.
No.
AJ Styles made him look that way.
Because he sold. He
sold,
and
he knows, and he knew how to carry the match.
Yeah.
And he knew the roles both people needed to have.
Yeah.
So it's not just like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler sells. I'm not going to say Dolph Ziggler makes the other guy look like $1 million.
No. I think that's part of what he's trying to do, but I don't think it always works.
When you can effectively sell. Number one, Dolph makes selling look a bit cartoonish.
He can.
AJ makes it look real.
Yeah.
He makes it look like it hurts.
Another thing I noticed, especially after watching these last 2 weeks with Dolph and AJ, is I don't know if it's always been the case or if it's a more recent development. A lot of the time, Dolph works a slower pace than he really should. Have you noticed that? Because his last 2 matches with AJ, they've both been really fast-paced matches.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, Dolph doesn't work fast-paced matches.
You think he slows down for his opponent? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, well, it's good observation. I don't know. Let's see here.
The Nightcrawler. Hey, friendo. So I listen to many wrestling podcasts. Obviously, Going in Raw is the best of the bunch. Thank you. But one thing that you guys talk about differently than everyone else is the level of scripting and promos, because everyone else says every word of every promo is 100% written for every superstar besides veterans like Cena and Jericho. So the Nightcrawler's question is, does this help or hurt the talent? Written promos, I think, by and large, don't benefit the talent. I mean,
if I was to sit down, okay, so let's take a look here. Sami Zayn definitely hurts because somebody's writing that crap for him. I mean, I can't guarantee anything. I have no idea. I'm sure that some of these would be
Roman
surprises.
Reigns was hurt by those awful promos he had to do.
Roman Reigns was oh my, that's the prime example of when it doesn't work. There are examples of when it does work. Jinder Mahal, if his stuff is being written for him, they're pretty good. I think they're effective for him.
I'm just saying, generally speaking, if I think if wrestlers are given notes, beats they need to hit, maybe they can work with the writers to come up with a framework and some essential lines.
You would think that, well, I'll put it this way. You would think that collaboration, I agree 100%. You would think that collaboration would be the best case scenario.
Yes.
Like, what beats do you want me to hit? What would you like me to say? And then let's work on what I feel comfortable saying and what makes most sense for me to say.
Yeah.
Somebody pointed out on Twitter that Heyman had a strong creative hand in Brock Goldberg.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
And I apologize for not sourcing you. I'm looking at Freddie Prinze Jr. right here staring at me. And if he worked with Samoa Joe, number one, it wouldn't surprise me if he worked with Samoa Joe in terms of, you know, the what happened on Raw. But Samoa Joe's promos, it wasn't out of the, there was nothing non-Samoa Joe about what he said.
Yeah.
And so I firmly believe that there are certain people who simply either take the liberty or have an understanding with the writing staff. I'm gonna write my own stuff.
Yeah.
And this is, you can take it or leave it. I'm gonna write my own stuff. This is what I'm gonna say out there.
Yeah.
And if you want to fire me, fire me. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I'm sure like Cena,
Dean Ambrose. Nobody's writing Dean Ambrose.
Cena,
stuff.
Ambrose, the guys that have established themselves as strong talkers. I think they have the leverage because they are so good
Right,
just naturally
exactly,
on the mic that, you know, they could go to creative and say, all right, just in general, what do you mean to say? And then they can go out and do it.
It's probably not unlike a lot of jobs where if you're like in a managerial position, you know, certain people, you know what you're doing. Just go do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And other people, no, you have to do this and you have to do that. It's probably a lot like that. You know, if you're a writer, it's like, okay, well, there's Samoa Joe. Hey, look, we just need you to get to this point. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? You know, that kind of thing. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was that like that. I don't know if it is. But yeah, I think what you're saying in terms of like, by and large, you'd want a collaboration type thing.
Yes.
But, you know, also wouldn't surprise me if there's some wrestlers that just show up. Where's my script? You know, who just
I guess
simply aren't interested in that.
In the end, it
aspect.
all depends on what the talent is most comfortable with.
Like, Randy Orton comes off as the kind of guy who shows up. All right, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? I'll do it. You know what I mean? And if it's like, if he's got like a Bray Wyatt to work with, then it's probably a more interesting experience for him. They probably hand him, and instead of pure crap, it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, this is neat.
Yeah.
You know, it's
and
like,
maybe he reads it and says, okay, well, let's change this.
Yeah, that could be.
You know,
I wonder how, because he always seems so, I don't know. His character by nature kind of feels checked out sometimes. But then there's checked out, and then there's like, wait, is Randy actually checked out right now?
Yeah.
Is he actually motivated or not? I can't tell.
Yeah, I know.
Brock without the K. Lesnar. Do you have faith that Lana can have a great match at Money in the Bank, or will it be crap? I don't think that it has to be one or the other. I think that she can probably have a serviceable match.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Naomi, It's going to be kind of a litmus test to see how much Naomi has picked up from working with people like Charlotte. Because will she be able to carry Lana, who's been primarily on the NXT circuit?
And working at the Performance Center.
Yeah. Will she be able to carry Lana to a good match? Hopefully, whoever the agent is on SmackDown working that program will be able to lay out something that's in their comfort zone.
Yes, I hope so.
And is effective. I think it'll be decent. I have faith that it can be decent. There's the possibility that it's going to be crap.
Yeah. Tommy T, hey guys. So a week back, I compared Jeff Hardy's and Shinsuke's indescribable charisma, and Steve said it was kind of an it factor. So my question is, throughout all of wrestling history, who are 5 other superstars that just had it when it comes to natural charisma?
Randy Savage. That thing of Randy Savage's cannot be duplicated. He was a unique individual.
Yes.
He's off the top of my head. The Hogan thing was kind of interesting because Hogan was, he was manufactured to a degree, but there was something about his intensity that people clung to.
Yeah. Yeah, even though he wasn't good in the ring.
No.
Wasn't even really good on the mic.
No. But there was something there.
Yeah.
Other guys with the it fact. CM Punk, you can't just dress up some guy. Aleister Black literally has not said one word.
I know.
And I'm captivated. And you can't just dress up like, as much as I would love to, you can't just dress up like that, grow a big-ass beard, cut your hair in a mohawk, get a bunch of tattoos that take a year and a half. You can't just do that and you're Aleister Black. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It's like that dude's got a face on him. That's something else.
Yeah.
So.
Ric Flair.
Yeah, Ric Flair. Just something about like his voice, his intonation.
His intensity.
His face. It's all there, and there's just something. There's intensity about that. I don't know what it is. It's it.
King of Hostile, Joshua the Dynamic Knight Martinez. Hey, friendos, you guys hear that X-Pac claims that Road Dogg is basically in complete charge of SmackDown, and Vince kind of stays away from it. What do you guys think about that? Didn't Dave Meltzer tweet about that? And said that isn't necessarily the case.
Huh.
I thought I saw that.
Interesting.
I could be wrong.
I've heard his name associated with SmackDown as well. If that's true, then put that dude in charge of everything, man. Because holy crap. That wouldn't surprise me. He seems like a clever dude.
Yeah. And I'm sure, maybe we've heard that Vince is kind of, there was that West Coast trip around Payback that there was reports that he didn't make the trip.
Yeah.
To kind of lighten up his workload a little bit,
Yeah.
or at least less travel. So maybe it's a situation where, he's involved in the creative development throughout the week, but just on the day of the show, he lets Road Dogg kind of take charge. I don't know.
I wonder who the equivalent of that would be for Raw, if Road Dogg is. Because I know Michael Hayes did the House of Horrors thing, so I know he's got a heavy hand and stuff, too.
Yeah.
So I wonder what I don't know.
Because who are the other... We know Michael Hayes is the producer, Road Dogg. Who else?
Isn't
I know Jamie Noble works backstage.
Jamie Noble, Adam Pearce?
Yeah, Adam Pearce.
Finley.
Yeah.
But I don't know what their positions are, relative to. I'm sure it's a quick Google search.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Timothy Lemieux. Thank you, Lemieux. That's what I was going for. Just wondering how long does it take to edit WGPW and Fun Wrestling?
Well, last night it took way longer than it should have.
Well, yeah, because we had technical issues.
Generally for the matches, unless we pause during it, I don't really touch the matches. I'll let them play out.
Yeah, no, I don't mess with matches.
It's promos and stuff with us talking. Even that stuff I try to keep pretty basic. It's pretty much the promos where we have to go in and add all the text.
Yeah.
Get the B-roll of the gameplay right, so it's consistent in matches throughout the duration of the promo.
I mean, honestly, for me, it's the longest thing that I do.
Yeah.
It's the most intensive thing that I do.
And even with that, it's keeping it pretty basic.
Yeah. I mean,
for the most part.
There are weeks when I'm like, man, I just don't want any promos. But then I'm like, I got to get these stories going along. And we have some pretty solid plans in terms of
where things are headed.
So yeah, we'll see how that all shakes out. But it is actually the most work intensive thing to do.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Going in Raw World Gimmick Table Heavyweight Champion Nick Parsons. If you could book a Money in the Bank match using one Raw, 1 Smackdown, 1 NXT, 1 New Japan, 1 Ring of Honor, and 1 Friendo Unified Championship Wrestling Superstar, who would be in the match and who would win?
What kind of match is this?
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
So I want Kenny Omega.
Okay, and then from Ring of Honor, who? Dalton Castle. And then from WWE.
2 from WWE. 1 from Raw, 1 from SmackDown.
AJ and Seth.
Oh, I was going to say Finn.
Okay, well,
So then you have
the
Finn,
entire Bullet
AJ,
Club
and
in there.
Kenny Omega all
I like
in there.
that. That's good.
And then 1 from NXT. Aleister Black.
Okay.
And then 1 Friendo Unified Championship Wrestling Star.
Oh my goodness.
Butch Bacon.
Butch Bacon. I was gonna go with the first Larson Libre champion, Mr. Fun,
Captain Fun Wrestling.
Fun
That's a good answer too.
He's got some good moves.
He does.
Or El Steinero. He's the best. El Steinero is the best wrestler never to have won Larson Libre.
Mm-hmm.
I need a cruiserweight title. Let's see here.
Griffin Cologne. Hey, friendos, which WWE superstars do you think would benefit most from a new or reworked theme song? He thinks there's a few I think the few that need new songs entrances, sorry, but none more than Becky Lynch.
Oh, I like Becky's.
Yeah.
I like Becky's. Who do you want to see have a different entrance theme?
I don't like Dean Ambrose's theme at all.
I've gotten so used to that. They're never going to get rid of that, dude.
I know.
That.
But like his whole entrance, and granted, I know it kind of fits him to a degree because based on his ring attire, is obviously he's pretty casual about the whole thing.
Right.
Since he comes out in a tank top and jeans.
Right.
But he just walks out. And the thing I don't like about his song is that by the time it builds up and starts going somewhere, it does that it starts all over.
Yeah.
The song doesn't go anywhere.
Randy Orton has the most 2007 theme song I've ever heard.
That song is not going anywhere.
I know.
Not going anywhere. They will change Dean's theme 10 times before they change Randy's once.
You're not disagreeing with that. Seeing who else? I don't even know. What's Mojo's theme? I don't even know what Mojo's theme is.
It's something fast paced.
They should give Mojo Sami Zayn's theme. Mojo.
That's not bad.
What do you think of Lana's new theme?
I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's kind of catchy.
It's catchy.
I know. I don't even know what Tamina's is. I think we heard it last night though. I love Charlotte. Charlotte's great.
Oh, the remix of
Natalia's just Bret Hart's.
Yeah. Or at least it starts out the same way.
I like Carmella's.
Really
I don't think they kill it. They do good on the.
Yeah, for the most part, they do really good job.
I'm just looking at the SmackDown notes, but I don't have a problem.
AJ's theme is great.
I like the Bullet Club's or the Club's theme.
Yeah,
I like that. I like Top Guy's theme.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the only theme I didn't. The one theme I thought was just out and out not good was a Wesley Blake. But even on last week's NXT, it was something different.
Yeah.
For the most part,
I don't find anything special about Drew McIntyre's, and that's a bummer.
No, but I think that'll change.
You think it'll change?
Yeah, I think so.
They can change it?
I think they will.
All right, let's take a couple more questions. We're going to do some trivia.
Hamza Halal. Something I love to do was watch wrestling that I wasn't around for. One of my favorite eras to watch is the Attitude Era for many reasons. Something that always fascinated me was whenever Austin would hit the stunner, the crowd would literally explode. They would go insane. It looked to me that people bought a ticket just to see Austin hit a stunner. That is true.
Yeah.
Do you think any finisher today can reach that level with any WWE talent today? And if so, which one? I mean, the RKO is close.
I'd love to. Yeah, the RKO is that's.
And Jack Dolan mentions that in a response to Hamza. RKO is close.
RKO is close. I'd love to see the Black Mask get there one day, man.
That'd be pretty neat.
I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but that'd be pretty cool. There's a lot of finishers these days aren't. I mean, Dirty Deeds is pretty definitive, you know.
Part of it too is not just Stone Cold was doing the stunner. It was generally who he was doing it to, and the number of times he would do it normally on any given Raw, which is usually upwards of 3, if not 5. He would just come out in the middle of the show and start stunning everybody. And I think that's what it was. It's not just that he would do it a lot. And he would do it to Vince. He would do it to The Rock. He would do it to Triple H.
It was to comedic effect a lot, too. Because, like, people that he'd be celebrating with, you get a stunner.
And everybody sold the stunner great.
They did.
Great.
They did. And you always knew the cue for when a stunner was about to happen, too, is like if they mess up their beer, if they don't catch a beer. I mean, Jericho had a couple of classic moments where he would, mess it up. If, like, they'd do this or they'd, like, put a pinky up maybe when they drink it.
Yeah.
Anything that wasn't, like, badass deserved a stunner in the eyes of Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to watch an older Raw now.
Yeah.
That's great.
There'd be episodes of Raw. He'd just come out and just stun everybody.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Oh, I know.
People wanted to see that.
Yeah, people want to see the stunner. It's fantastic.
And unless Randy starts coming out in the middle of shows and just RKOs everybody, I don't know if that's the closest move we have today. And unless I don't ever see it get into that situation where he'll just come out in the middle of the show and just RKO everybody.
Yeah. It doesn't fit for his character anyways.
No, it doesn't
Stone
anymore.
Cold was so unique in that regard. I mean, the only guy I can maybe think getting to that level of interest in seeing him do that would be Kevin Owens. If he ever like went super face, and when I say super face, I mean become like a mega heel and then turn face, because then you'll be huge. And if he had a finish that was as crisp and quick as the stunner.
And that was the thing about the stunner is Stone Cold could give out 5 of them in 45
just
seconds.
doles them out,
Whereas a pop-up powerbomb takes time.
Right, exactly.
Most of the
and somebody has to like really work for it too.
I guess the only finisher today that could be that quick is maybe Dirty Deeds.
Yeah, in my head it was Dirty Deeds, but I don't see Dean Ambrose ever getting to this.
No, you need someone.
People pop when he does it because you know when it's coming.
Yeah, you need someone that can do a super kick real quick and make it devastating.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Dolph's super kick was booked for a while.
Yeah. Nicholas Grosskirth has a good question. On table for 3 with Flair, Orton, San Martino, Flair said that he has been champion for twice as many days as Cena, roughly. I think he said somebody found on the internet, or he found on the internet, somebody said it was like 3,800 days, and Cena has been champ for like 1,800 or 1,500, something like that.
Well, in the 80s, Flair had, I think, at least 3 reigns of more than a year.
A lot, yeah. So Nicholas's question is, what's more important, the number of days as champ or the number of reigns?
Well, I think the business is so different now than it was, especially in the early days of Flair's championship pursuits.
Right.
Because I think back then, in the late 70s, early 80s, it was more important to have the belt for a long time. I don't necessarily think that's the case anymore. Right. But I think when people do have long reigns, it makes it more special.
Yeah.
Like when Punk had that really long reign.
Yeah.
It was really impressive. But I don't think... Right now, the way the business is built is belts are just another thing to utilize to tell stories. And, there's, usually... you put your top belt on your top draw. Yeah. But in the end, I think that's more the case. Is our belts are used to help tell the stories. Whereas, when in the territory days, you need that belt on somebody so he can go from city to city to draw.
To draw, yeah. No, I mean, because you can look at a guy like JBL, who, in retrospect, I appreciate what he did and who he was and stuff. But you'll never classify that as like, oh, his classic championship run, JBL, You're never really going to say that about him, like, oh, he was one of the great champions. Yeah. And then you take a guy like Brock Lesnar, who I think you can consider he is one of the great champions, and he's never even around, I know. And it's like, so can you really say, oh, he's been champion for 600 days if he's only around for like, 100 of those?
I know.
So I don't know. It's kind of all over the map. I definitely think that, if Jinder's title run ends at SummerSlam, which it probably will, or before, you're never really going to say, well, Jinder Mahal, he was a great champion. He would need several title reigns for that to even come into question.
Unless he somehow held the belt for 450 days.
If he held it for 450 days, maybe. Although a lot of people equate him with JBL, so I'm not sure. My comparison might not have been apt there.
We got a package here from Cliff Davis.
Nice. You guys can send us crap at P.O. Box 1814, Orangevale, California 95662. It's in the description as well.
This is well packed.
We put some stuff. We got Stinger right there. We got that the other day. We got falling Bray Wyatt right there. Oh,
Is that my phone?
that was your phone.
Uh-oh.
Looks like it's in okay shape though.
There we go.
You got it.
Oh man.
The bounty?
Yeah.
A bounty has been had. Oh man, Mountain Mike's Pizza sent me an email. Try our pizza cookie dessert today.
What are these?
What are those?
We have some.
What are those?
Like some maple candy in
Yeah,
the
see.
shape of a maple leaf. Got Freddie Blassie,
Whoa, look at that. Oh, that's great.
Bobby Heenan.
Oh my gosh. These are like classics.
Here, read letter.
I'll read letter. Come here, gentlemen.
We have Slam Bam,
What the heck?
a DVD.
Pro wrestling at its best.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
The Wrestler
Holy crap. Look at that.
with Vern Gagne.
That's fantastic. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Holy moly.
We've been waiting to see that for a while.
Cliff here says, just a quick note to say thank you for making my weekday commutes bearable and weekend chores a lot more enjoyable. Even being a subscriber, I feel like I'm getting a lot of bang for my Patreon bucks. I hope that a few of these flea market finds a good home with you and the Going in Raw set. Keep up the great podcasting, and thank you again. Cheers from the country of Stampede and Maple Leaf Wrestling. Oh, you know.
Thank you very much.
And he has a picture of Hulk Brother and Siskel and Ebert.
Cool.
What is that?
WrestleManiac with Rey Mysterio.
Let me see that.
It's like a thriller.
Oh, look. There's a woman.
And then we have the Jesse Ventura story, the movie.
Oh, really? What? Who is starring? Well, who's starring as me, you know? Doesn't say.
Well, there's credits, but I don't know who plays who. And then there's
I want
something
to
else.
know
in
who
there.
the WrestleManiac is.
Oh, man. This is cool. Got an Ultimate Warrior
Oh, whoa. Look at that.
glass.
Holy crap. Remember when you used to get those things like Burger King and McDonald's?
man. I still have some of those.
Those were
I
great.
have Indiana Jones one from 84, I think.
This is amazing.
Whenever Temple of Doom came out. And I have a Muppet one, too.
Nils, I wonder who Nils Allen is. I've never heard of him before.
Neither have I.
It's a great name. Oh,
Thank you very
Nils
much, Cliff.
Allen Stewart.
That was great. This is a lot of good stuff.
This is like a bounty right here.
Can
This is
we
great.
do a review of The Wrestler? We've been wanting to see this for years.
Heck yeah, dude. We'll watch that. I think it's on YouTube.
Oh,
I think
well,
it's just straight up on YouTube.
we have it
a
on DVD
We have,
now.
like,
We can have a viewing
Is
party.
that the Criterion Collection version of
it's
the Wrestler?
the Platinum Collection version. It has special features. Doesn't detail what they are, but it does say special features. Let's
Also
see if it
include
says it
comments.
inside.
What is this?
Trivia quiz. Oh, can we do this for trivia? Oh, you have to watch the movie first.
This amazing episode features footage never before seen as D'Lo Brown faces Shane Douglas and Johnny Swinger. Wait, who's Johnny Swinger?
I feel like I should know that.
It's a kayfabe corner thing. That's great. Chris Sabin. Oh, wow. Chris Sabin versus Eric Young. And then Andre the Giant versus Bobby Roode. I'm just joking about that one. That's great.
That's cool. Thank
That's
you very
all
much.
great. Time for trivia.
Time for trivia.
Today we're
You
going to
asked
do
first.
Attitude Era and Modern Era. We're gonna
Yes.
start off with Modern Era.
Good. That's what I have too.
Who was forced to retire after losing to The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26.
Shawn Michaels.
Yes, you're retiring now, Sean.
What superstar was in Michael Cole's corner for his match with Jerry the King Lawler at WrestleMania 27?
Was in the Austin.
Jack Swagger.
Oh, that's right. Austin was a guest ref.
Yep.
What superstar among John Cena, Triple H, and Randy Orton left WrestleMania 24's triple threat match as champion for the WWE title? It was Cena, Triple H, Orton. Who left as champion?
Cena.
Orton.
Damn. Who was Cruiserweight champion when the title was retired in 2008?
Who was Cruiserweight champion when the title was retired? Jamie Noble.
Hornswoggle.
That's right. Stupid. During his reign as King of the Ring, who served as King Booker's queen?
Sharmell.
Queen Sharmell.
Queen Sharmell.
That's fine.
What was the one-word name for the pairing of Beth Phoenix and Santino Marella during the summer of 2008?
Beth Phoenix and Santino Marella. I don't know.
Glamorella.
That's stupid. The modern era is dumb. Bunch of idiots. Moving on to Attitude Era. What are you going to clean out? What do you got, 2?
I have 2. You have 0, right?
Yes, I have none. What city was the location for WrestleMania 14? Austin versus Michaels.
This is Boston.
Very good.
Who did Vince and Shane McMahon defeat in the ladder match to gain control of WWE at the 1999 King of the Ring pay-per-view?
1999. Who did they defeat?
In the ladder match to gain control of WWE.
Which pay-per-view?
King of the Ring 99.
Steve Austin?
Yes. You're on the board.
Seemed pretty obvious. Against what member of D-Generation X did Shane McMahon successfully defend the European Championship at WrestleMania 15?
X-Pac!
X-Pac!
What 4-time Cruiserweight champion also teamed with Paul London to win the WWE Tag Team titles in July 2004?
The Brian Kendrick.
Billy Kidman.
Oh, what? That's stupid.
That's what it says here.
The Moops. What superstar would ask an opponent's name? For fuck's sake. Only an interrupt the answer exclaiming, "It doesn't matter what your name is."
The Rock.
Wrong. Ken Shamrock, idiot.
5 for me. Who delighted the WWE Universe and disgusted opponents by stuffing his Mr. Socko sock puppet down the throats of competitors?
Mankind. Okay, so
I
you
get
get
3.
3. Jeez, bleeding over here, man. I'm bleeding answers. 1. That's a crap one. Oh, that's a good one. Ooh, another good one.
We have Trish.
Trish in business attire.
We have
Ooh.
Terry Runnels.
At the beach, ready to go.
And we have Billy Kidman.
Ah, F you, Billy Kidman. You,
Gets
Billy Kidman.
Taz.
I'm not the man with the plan.
Back to my winning ways when it comes to trivia.
I guess so. Whatever. This is not the Ultimate Wrestling Trivia Challenge. That is kayfabe. What are you doing down here, Freddie Blassie? Get your head out of his crotch, please. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yes.
We will see you tomorrow for 205 Live.
205 Live is definitely
and
on tomorrow.
NXT.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
everybody. Goodbye.